Welcome to California Professional Learning Stories, a resource from the California Department of Education designed to help California schools and districts learn more about how to design and implement high-quality professional learning systems to help their teachers and leaders meet the needs of their students and communities. In this story, we'll be learning about how the Chula Vista Elementary School District, in partnership with the San Diego County Office of Education Educator Effectiveness and Evaluation, or E3 project, is using a strong professional learning system to build and implement a district-wide system for supporting the professional growth of their educators to better meet the needs of their diverse students. The Chula Vista Elementary School District is the largest elementary district in the state, with nearly 30,000 students, most of whom are Hispanic. 34% of the district's students are English learners, and more than half of the student population receives a free lunch or reduced price school lunch.
Dr. Jeffrey Thiel, Assistant Superintendent of HR, Chula Vista Elementary School District.
We're very proud of our achievement for all of our students, and our mission is really to close any kind of gaps that exist with our English learners, with our socioeconomic groups, our homeless, our ethnic groups, and to ensure that all students are succeeding at high levels.
Problem of practice, the path from doubt to trust.
As we're addressing the differing needs of students, we also found that to provide those types of instructional needs, we needed to provide professional development for staff. And so we were looking for ways to figure out which staff needed what type of training. And so we were starting to think about a professional development system and an evaluation system that would be tied together, so that when we were evaluating teachers, we were also looking for ways to support them and to provide them the instructional strategies that they need to help the students be successful. When I first came into the Human Resources Department, I had been in curriculum instruction, and when I got into human resources, the first item on my list was this notion that there was an opportunity to work with San Diego County Office of Education to come up with a new evaluation system for teachers. I knew the need for a different type of evaluation system. I knew teachers were frustrated, principals were frustrated with the overall system that we had, and so I was very excited about it. And so when that opportunity was presented to us, it just seemed like a natural fit that we would work with the county to go through this process of creating a new evaluation system.
Chris Rising, Executive Director of HR, San Diego County Office of Education.
So this project started as a part of the San Diego County Office of Education strategic planning process. We were looking closely at teacher quality, teacher effectiveness, and looking at how do you identify effectiveness, and then how do you support it and ensure that every teacher is given the opportunity to grow to be the most effective teacher they can be. And that led us down the path of understanding that teacher evaluation, if used effectively, can really support and improve teacher quality instructional practices. The program started really here in San Diego County, where we worked with a few districts. What we've seen it evolve into is a program that supports 20 plus or minus districts in charter schools, 700 plus schools, 15,000 teachers, impacting 300,000 students. We've got the largest elementary district in the state, the largest high school district in the state, urban, suburban, an array of settings have participated in the project. And what we found is, because the project is so malleable, it's really driven by the culture and context and within which it works. It's not a one-size-fits-all, but it does work for all. Our work with Chula Vista really began when we were approached by leadership from the school district looking for a mechanism to partner with their associations. They saw working on their teacher evaluation system as a mechanism to bring collaboration to the forefront, pull everybody around the table versus sitting across the table, which is typically how it's done, and working on a project together focused on the reason everybody got into this work in the first place, which is how do we make outcomes the best possible we can for students.
changing the culture of evaluation.
We already had a system in place, and so now we're trying to change that. We were going to participate with the San Diego County Office of Education in this program where we were going to look at educator effectiveness and evaluation. I didn't know anything about it, but what I did know that it involved was getting the union to participate with us, and so we wanted the union to bring a team of teachers. You know, it would be an avenue to a conversation about revising our current evaluation plan. And the union president immediately said, absolutely not, I will not attend, which took me by surprise because I didn't know it was a controversial issue at the moment. I was new to the position. So then I talked to him a little further, and I think out of just a favor to me in knowing that we were both trying to develop a relationship, we were both new to the position, that he agreed to go. But he only would come alone. He wouldn't bring any teachers. I think it was literally the first time that he had sat down with a group of district administrators and had honest conversations about teaching and learning. He enjoyed it so much that the very next time we had the meeting, he brought a full team and then it was just go from there.
Each California professional learning story focuses on one of the Quality Professional Learning Standards, or QPLS. A high-quality professional learning system typically aligns with all 7 of the QPLSs. You'll likely see connections to many of the standards as you learn about Chula Vista, but the equity standard is the focus of this story. Equity prioritizes equitable access, opportunities, and outcomes for all students, with an emphasis on addressing achievement and opportunity disparities between student groups. Elements include academic equity, systemic equity, and climate equity.
Principal Matthew Shai, Chula Vista Elementary School District.
A role of a principal is to see the whole school and to see what the needs of each child is and each teacher is. Having these conferences helped me tailor our whole school professional learning. How that creates equity is the teachers are accountable for all students. I love the dialogue and reflective nature of the process, and the kind of the timelines and the amount of feedback that needs to be provided forces me to get to know the teacher better. What are their skills, what are their strengths, and maybe what are their next steps.
Equity is ensuring that every student has every opportunity to be successful and meet the high standards that we set. How do we support teachers in becoming the highest quality, most effective for the students they serve? Which led us again to building a model around teacher evaluation focused on growth, interaction, coaching, standards driven, but focused entirely on benefiting teachers and their skill set to benefit the students they work with.
The E3 process is a system of continuous growth and development for teachers.
Dr. Lisa Parker, Executive Director of Student, Family, Community, and Instruction, Chula Vista Elementary School District.
A big part of E3 is growth. It's a system of professional learning and professional development to help teachers move forward. So not just evaluating here's where you are, but it's about how can the teacher and administrator work together to look at a baseline and then move forward for professional growth. That's very different from our previous system.
The Chula Vista Professional Learning System is based on a cycle of inquiry that provides teachers with an opportunity to continuously grow their practice to better meet the diverse needs of their students. The E3 system fosters continuous growth for teachers where professional learning opportunities are driven by the evaluation system.
Through the process, I think we figured out how to tailor the E3 process and the evaluation tool to align with our school-wide professional learning cycles and an individual goal for a teacher that I could help with their growth plan.
A few of our LCAP goals relate directly to E3. One of those goals is to recruit and retain the highest caliber employees and to support teacher effectiveness, and certainly that is the goal of E3. Another goal is to ensure that all students receive an equitable education. And again, this E3 relates directly to those goals.
Outcomes.
During the E3 process, teachers reflect on their current level of practice to develop growth goals for the year. Based on their goals, teachers engage in specific professional learning opportunities to support the implementation of their goals. And finally, teachers receive ongoing coaching and feedback to support their growth.
Principal Marissa Allen and Carla Chris, 2nd and 3rd grade teacher, Chula Vista Elementary School District.
When we're meeting them where their needs are and we have that growth mindset, we all grow.
For the teacher perspective, yes, I've had plenty of people, we've talked about it at length about the benefits and why not stick with the one we have. It's worked for us before. I like to write my own evaluation. I put in my own data chart. And I always say, well, let's think about it as a big picture, right? Culture change is hard anyway, right, for everyone. But go back to the standards and say, look, these are meaningful standards that have been put together for the teaching profession. And we're just going to pick one of these to work on.
We talk about success criteria with students. The process is success criteria. This is where I currently am. What are the next steps that I need to do to better impact my kids? And what are the tangible things I'm going to do?
I think the biggest success is that we feel like people are listening, that it's not just here, no, I'm in charge, this is the situation, here's the checkbox sign here. Now it's more, what are the best teaching practices? This is what we've observed, here's the evidence we've collected, and we're going to move forward from here. What would you like to learn about next?
When you talk about the passion of this process, it has helped me grow as a leader in making sure that teachers are growing themselves to benefit their students.
For more information about the E3 project, visit www.sdcoe.net/E3program. For more information about E3 at Chula Vista Elementary School District, contact Jeff Thiel at jeffrey.thiel@cvesd.org. For more information about the QPLS and to hear more professional learning stories, visit www.cde.ca.gov/QPLS.